The Philadelphia Eagles have been on everyone's radar this season, and it's no surprise considering the ups and downs we've seen over the past few weeks. Watching them play, it's clear that the offense has moments of brilliance, but also stretches where it feels almost passive, as if the team is letting the game unfold rather than actively shaping it. Cam Jurgens has been a recurring subject of discussion, and after reviewing recent matchups, it's obvious that while he has moments of solid play, inconsistencies remain that have a direct impact on the team's ability to sustain drives. Watching him struggle against repeated pass rush moves is frustrating, especially when you consider that the offensive line is meant to provide stability and confidence for the quarterback. Even so, it is important to remember that this is not a problem isolated to one player. The offensive line as a whole has struggled at times with cohesion, communication, and execution, which has directly influenced the offense's rhythm and efficiency. Landon Dickerson and Jordan Matta, both highly regarded at their positions, have had flashes of underperformance that have allowed defenses to penetrate the line and disrupt plays. Backup players like Frey Johnson do what's expected within their roles, but the starting lineup has inconsistencies that cannot be ignored, especially as the team looks ahead to the postseason. Even with these offensive struggles, there are players whose performances bring energy and confidence to the team. Saquon Barkley continues to demonstrate a mindset that is contagious. His ability to shake off setbacks and maintain a competitive outlook lifts those around him. Watching Barkley approach each game, it's evident that he thrives on opportunity and believes in the team's ability to compete against any opponent. That confidence is crucial because football is as much mental as it is physical, and the Eagles' offensive players need to carry the belief that every play matters, even in moments where drives stall or passes fall incomplete. The energy from players like Barkley keeps the team engaged and ready to respond. His capacity to stay composed in high-pressure moments, to maintain optimism despite setbacks, sets the tone for the rest of the roster and underscores why leadership at the player level can be just as impactful as coaching decisions. Late-night games and Monday night matchups have provided ample material to analyze, and the unpredictable nature of those contests has highlighted both strengths and weaknesses. The game against Atlanta showcased just how razor-thin margins can be in the NFL. While some calls or decisions might have been approached differently in hindsight, the outcome ultimately reflected the competitiveness of both teams. Looking at the Eagles' trajectory now, the playoff picture becomes more concrete. With certain opponents out of contention, the team faces strategic choices regarding matchups against either San Francisco or Los Angeles. Both present challenges that require careful planning, particularly as the stakes grow higher. The question of whether to prioritize resting starters or giving backups meaningful experience in remaining regular season games is always a balancing act. On one hand, resting key players can preserve energy and minimize risk of injury. On the other hand, backups need game time reps to maintain momentum and readiness. Either decision will have an impact on the team's rhythm, and managing that balance is an ongoing test of coaching judgment. Turning to individual development, Jalen Hurts' growth over the season has been a bright spot for the Eagles. Early doubts about his ability to fill the shoes of Josh Sweat have largely been addressed, with Hunt showing significant improvement in his pass rushing skills over the last 8 games. His statistics reflect a player who has learned to create pressure consistently, with multiple sacks, quarterback hits, and a strong overall pass rush grade from performance analytics. His presence has added a layer of disruption that opponents must account for, and it has energized the defensive front in ways that have changed how offenses approach their game plans. Similarly, Jalen Hurts has demonstrated the importance of composure and decision-making, even in adverse conditions where errors are easy to make. Hurts has avoided turnovers and maintained control, giving the team a reliable quarterback presence that stabilizes the offense in critical situations. These contributions often go under the radar in highlight reels, but they are crucial for a team aspiring to make a deep playoff run. The offensive strategy as a whole, however, has faced challenges. Creative play designs, including toss plays and unconventional run schemes, have shown potential but frequently fall short in execution. The inability to consistently sustain drives, especially in second halves, has placed additional pressure on the defense and highlighted areas where improvement is essential. Third down conversions remain a focal point, as too many plays end with minimal gains or punts due to overly cautious play calling. While the Eagles have the personnel to execute more dynamically, conservative approaches have limited the team's scoring potential. It's clear that balancing aggression with calculated risk is critical when executed properly. The offense can complement a strong defensive unit, generating momentum and maintaining pressure on opponents. The margin for error in high-stakes games is small, and the team's ability to convert opportunities into points will define postseason success. Run game efficiency also highlights the offensive line's role. Plays that could result in explosive yardage often end prematurely due to missed blocks or a lack of cohesion among linemen. Comparisons between players like Brett Toe and Cam Jurgens illustrate performance gaps that can influence critical moments in games. Toe's ability to execute at a high level, particularly in limited appearances, shows what is possible when technique, positioning, and timing are aligned. Meanwhile, Jurgens' struggles underline the need for continuous improvement and adjustment. Lane Johnson's potential presence offers a path to reinforce stability, opening lanes in the run game and providing additional support for quarterbacks under pressure. When the offensive line functions effectively, the Eagles can diversify their play calling, maintain balance between run and pass, and create opportunities to control the pace of the game. Defensive contributions have been consistently strong, and they have often masked offensive lapses. However, relying solely on the defense is not sustainable in playoff scenarios. The team must combine defensive solidity with offensive efficiency to remain competitive. Observing games where the offense failed to capitalize on advantageous positions illustrates the cost of passivity. Settling for field goals instead of pursuing first downs or touchdowns reduces momentum and allows opponents to reset strategically. Aggressive play calling, especially in third and long situations, is essential to unlock the offense's full potential. Trusting the skill and preparation of players while embracing calculated risk can elevate the team from a situationally dominant side to one capable of sustained performance. Across all quarters, momentum, confidence, and execution converge in moments where individual brilliance aligns with strategic clarity. Players like Saquon Barkley demonstrate how leadership on the field can influence the team's overall performance, reinforcing the notion that belief, preparation, and resilience are as critical as physical ability. When offensive sparks match a dominant defense, victories become not only possible but likely. Achieving consistency requires alignment of coaching decisions, offensive line performance, and player execution. Each element plays a crucial role in shaping the Eagles' potential as a postseason contender, highlighting the interplay between individual development and team strategy. As the Eagles approach the final stretch of the regular season, the focus intensifies on how adjustments can translate into postseason success. The offensive line remains a pivotal factor, and much of the team's ability to sustain drives hinges on improved cohesion and execution. Lane Johnson's potential return brings not just talent, but leadership and stability, giving the team a chance to solidify pass protection and open consistent running lanes. These improvements are not only about individual performance, but about creating trust across the line, allowing the quarterback to operate with confidence and the offense to execute at a higher tempo. When timing, communication, and positioning align, the Eagles' offense can transform from a team that struggles to sustain drives into one capable of controlling the pace and rhythm of the game from start to finish. Third down situations continue to be a critical measure of the offense's effectiveness. Watching the team repeatedly settle for minimal gains in these scenarios is frustrating, because the personnel on the roster has the potential to convert more aggressively. The coaching staff faces the challenge of balancing risk with reward, particularly in playoff-caliber matchups where every possession carries weight. Aggressive play calling on third downs, combined with precise execution, can create opportunities for explosive plays that shift momentum and keep defenses off balance. This approach requires trust in the player's abilities, a willingness to take calculated risks, and a strategic mindset that prioritizes gaining yards and maintaining possession over conservative decisions that merely minimize short-term risk. The running game has been both a blessing and a challenge. When blocks are executed properly and lanes are identified, the Eagles can move the ball effectively, control the clock, and set up play-action passes that keep defenses guessing. However, when blocking breaks down or timing is off, runs that could have produced significant gains are reduced to small yardage or negative plays. Cam Jurgens' ongoing inconsistencies against repeat defensive moves highlight the importance of cohesion and communication across the line. Meanwhile, comparisons with players like Brett Toe emphasize the noticeable performance gap that can exist even among players in similar roles. Toe's ability to consistently maintain positioning and execute both run and pass assignments effectively illustrates what the offense could achieve if line play reaches its full potential. These contrasts serve as a reminder that development, focus, and consistency are as important as raw talent, particularly as the postseason approaches. The quarterback position has also drawn attention due to its role in sustaining drives and minimizing mistakes. Jalen Hurts' ability to remain composed under pressure, avoid turnovers, and make strategic decisions has provided the team with a stabilizing presence in moments when the defense applies relentless pressure. Hurts' poise allows the offense to maintain rhythm and continue moving the chains. This composure is vital in high-stakes games where errors can swing momentum instantly. It's the subtle, calculated plays that often do not make highlight reels but are crucial in maintaining control, extending drives, and converting scoring opportunities into tangible points. Pairing this consistency with an improved offensive line could dramatically increase the team's effectiveness, opening the door for both short-term victories and long-term playoff success. Defensive support continues to be a cornerstone of the Eagles' identity. The front seven, along with the secondary, has consistently pressured opposing quarterbacks, forced turnovers, and contained explosive plays. This strength has allowed the offense some breathing room, but the risk of over-reliance is clear in several games. The offense's inability to capitalize on advantageous field positions or sustain drives force the defense to shoulder a disproportionate burden. While elite defenses can compensate to an extent, the playoffs demand balanced, complete team performance. An offense that struggles to finish drives while the defense overperforms cannot consistently carry a team to victories against top-tier postseason opponents. Addressing offensive inefficiencies while maintaining defensive dominance is therefore essential for advancing deep into the playoffs. Saquon Barkley's leadership and confidence continue to set the tone for the offense. His ability to inspire teammates, maintain energy, and approach each game with a competitive mindset is invaluable. Barkley demonstrates that resilience is contagious. His commitment to execution and his refusal to let setbacks define performance instill belief across the roster. Confidence in key players can elevate overall team execution, making the difference between stalled drives and sustained offensive momentum. When Barkley's energy aligns with strategic aggressiveness and solid line play, the offense becomes a force capable of exploiting mismatches, creating explosive plays, and maintaining pressure on opponents throughout all 4 quarters. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. The NFL is reportedly shaking the league with whispers of a potential storm surrounding the recent Bills vs. Eagles clash. Sources suggest that the league has officially launched an investigation into the game, though details remain scarce and nothing has been confirmed beyond the fact that scrutiny is underway. While the NFL has not provided specifics, insiders speculate that the investigation could range from officiating controversies to potential rule infractions that may have influenced the outcome. Fans and analysts are already buzzing with theories. Some point to questionable calls late in the game that seemed to favor one side, while others suggest that procedural irregularities behind the scenes could be under review. The mere announcement of an investigation has sent shockwaves through both fan bases, with social media flooded with hot takes, memes, and conjecture about what could have gone wrong or right. The idea that a result might actually be overturned is tantalizing, if unlikely. But the NFL's history with disciplinary action in controversial games suggests that nothing can be ruled out. Inside sources hint that league executives are treating the matter with utmost seriousness, and multiple departments are involved in combing through video footage, official reports, and other relevant data. There's speculation that players or coaching staff may even be interviewed to provide clarity, though nothing has been confirmed. Meanwhile, sportsbooks and betting communities are watching the situation closely, aware that an annulled result in such a high-profile matchup could send shockwaves through the betting landscape. The investigation adds yet another layer of intrigue to a season already full of drama. If the NFL does take the unprecedented step of overturning a result, it could spark debates about fairness, competitive integrity, and how much authority the league holds over outcomes after the fact. For now, both Bills and Eagles fans are left in limbo, eagerly awaiting any updates and bracing for the possibility that the game they witness might not stand as official in the record books as the rumor mill churns. One thing is certain, the NFL has captured everyone's attention. And the implications of this investigation could resonate far beyond a single game. With whispers of potential reversals, fans are left asking the same question: could one of the season's most talked about matchups be wiped from history? Only time and the NFL will tell. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.